What's going on, everyone? Forex Fargo checking in. As you can tell by the thumbnail, this is actually Forex Fargo getting back to his micro account flips, Fargo flips episode, probably like 6 or 7 or so. I've been trading, focusing on my larger accounts, right? But I needed to gain some confidence back while I was, focusing on my FTMO, having failed a few times, and trying to work on passing this third one that I'm currently about to attempt, maybe in like a week or so, right? So I was just trying to get some capital, and like, comment, share, subscribe, watch this entire video, help share it with the YouTube algorithm so I can help grow the channel, and stay tuned, watch the entire video so you guys can see how I was able to flip this $100 deposit all the way up into $400+ profit in about 24 hours or so. Holla. Welcome back, everyone. Forex Fargo checking in. As you guys already know, this is exactly how I'm going to walk you guys from that $100 micro deposit all the way up to $450 profit, right? So the first trade that I actually took, if you guys are looking on the screen right here, right, so the first trade that I actually took, if you guys are looking on the screen right here, was this EA buy, right? So I took an EA buy around 154, right? So call it 153, 900 or so. And then what I did was, I had all these confirmations right here. I knew that we had to push up a little bit before we were, to pull back down, right? So I ended up taking, comfortably 50 to 65 pips or so. If you guys know me, my bread and butter has always been 50 to 75 pips. I think that I've been, over confusing myself trying to pass my FTMO challenge, which is why I wanted to just, get back to the basics, the Fargo basics, right? The other trade that I took, right, was actually a UCAD buy, right? So I was looking for buys around UCAD from 127 or 124, 700 or so. Yeah, drops down to a smaller time frame so you guys can see. So I was looking for buys somewhere around like right here, right? Now what had happened was price pushed all the way up, to 125. I just missed it. And then, the 10, 20 pips, is that what I'm looking for? No, not necessarily, right? So I ended up just cutting the loss and not chasing the trade, right? Cutting it as a small win, which is like 2 fucking pips or whatever like that, right? The next trade that I'm still currently in is a GJ trade. So if we were to look at GJ from the 4 hour, if you guys watched the weekly webinar, since November 2nd, which is essentially the week of elections, with Trump and Biden, there's been, since that, we've had 17 bullish weeks straight on fucking GJ, right? So there's no need to take any sells. What your job to do is kind of wait to see how levels retrace to 4 hour supports, daily support levels, so on and so forth. So that's actually what I did over here. I waited to see what was happening. Price actually worked all the way, down to what I was anticipating. Didn't share that with you all on the webinar, but it is what it is. So into this trade, and I caught this for about 40 to 50 pips. Now GJ was fucking with me earlier, right? I was up maybe 75, 80 pips on GJ, went to fucking take a nap or whatever, rest my head, and then I came back down, and I was, just, it was what it was at that point, right? So that was just something that was kind of irking me a little bit. AU is playing games, but once again, this is on a 4 hour time frame. AU earlier in the day worked down to 77, call it 77, 100 or so. When I just looking to the left over here, you guys can see this is just, all these rejections right here. I considered it a triple bottom just on my, smaller time frame or so, right? So if we're looking at it from right here, right? So, this is the original level that was created, a second bounce and then a third bounce right here, which is what I was going based off of, right? And then last but not least was this GU trade, right? This GU trade, similar to the GJ trade, right? I was just, waiting, anticipating for price to kind of retest some daily lows, weekly lows from last week. That is exactly what happened. GU was actually the smoothest trade that I had running this morning. Capitalized that for 50 something pips. I've actually, could have had that run into my 139, but take what the market gives you. Don't fucking be greedy. And the name of the game is protect your capital and your profits at all fucking costs, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Enjoy some screenshots of the profits, all right? And then you guys can catch me on the next episode. Sorry I don't have enough footage to show you guys what the last week's Fargo flip was, but hey, we'll catch you guys on the flip side, and Forex Fargo checking out, baby.